330 just wrapped, and this post-fight reaction video is brought to you by Total Wireless, the official wireless provider of UFC. Get unlimited 5G data that won't tap out. Real UFC fans deserve real unlimited. You know, Philadelphia all week was on fire for these fights. You had the feel that you were in store for an electric night. And I gotta be honest, tonight was as electric as it could have been. We saw the great Islam Makhachev pushed in a way that we have not seen him pushed. Granted, he still won 4 of the 5 rounds, but we saw him bloody, beat up. Ian Garry said time and time again that he was about to make this harder than anyone could have asked for. As Miles is breaking down the desk, guys, I went upstairs and came back. So Miles is kind of pissed off that I'm back down here. He thought I was done for the night. Nah, he's not getting done with me.
The MMA world anticipated a huge challenge for Islam Makhachev at UFC 330, but hardly anyone expected the fight to play out the way it ultimately did.
Islam Makhachev defeating Ian Garry. Islam kept doing this up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, trying to, get Ian Garry to bite. Boom. And this is where he gets it. He does the famous lace him up. He laces up the legs, crawls with the body, and then Ian Garry turtles and runs to the cage. You guys gotta remember, when you're watching this fight, Islam's always trying to get to Ian, and Ian's always trying to get away from him. Right here. Boy! Oh man, that doesn't get old. Beats Anderson Silva's 16-fight win streak record at 17 win streak. And that is
Islam Makhachev stepped into the Xfinity Mobile Arena in Philadelphia with the UFC welterweight title on the line and a chance to make history, while Ian Machado Garry entered the octagon bringing the size, reach, movement, and striking skills that many believe could pose major problems for the pound-for-pound king.
Man, I mean, obviously, listen, the main event, was it the most exciting thing of all time? No, but I think it was like really, really high level. I think sometimes you have to kind of trade that off. Like, I think we're talking about Islam Makhachev, 17 wins in a row. They're not all going to be finishes. They're not all going to be super entertaining, but still a really good win. I mean, we did talk about this. I feel like most people kind of felt like this was how it was going to go. Ian Garry did pretty good, but Islam Makhachev's the GOAT, man.
All right, so talk to me about what impressed you the most about Ian Garry's performance.
Definitely the trash talk, man. I really thought he won the crowd over a lot with his,
Head kicked. He's on the ground, and Philly's chanting "F you, Garry." Like,
I know. I saw a thing of like, imagine getting head kicked and then dumped on your head, and then you come back. And
tactical main event between Islam and Ian Machado Garry. Your thoughts on the main event?
I felt like the upset could happen tonight. Islam went out, controlled him, shut him down, and well, we might start talking about GOAT. You don't go shake the fucking GOAT's hand going into the 5th round. Ian Garry's handshake is like a fucking vice grip. There's weight classes for a reason.
Islam Makhachev versus Ian Machado Garry just took place in the main event of UFC 330, and this is my reaction to that absolute snooze fest in the main event. Other than one moment in round 2 where Islam Makhachev head kicked Ian Garry and caught him with the toes at the end of the head kick and knocked him down. Ian Garry gets right back up. Islam Makhachev scores a head and arm throw takedown. Other than that one moment in that 30-second sequence, Islam Makhachev didn't do any harm whatsoever to Ian Garry, but he has won this fight, in my opinion, which goes to show maybe how little Ian Garry capitalized where he should have. But I thought this was a 48-47 decision for Islam Makhachev. I had him winning rounds 5.
When the final horn sounded, Makhachev once again had his hand raised, defeating Garry by unanimous decision, music, with scorecards reading 49-46, 49-46, and 48-47. However, this was far from the easy domination some fans had anticipated. Instead, the 5-round war delivered a performance that had the entire MMA world talking.
Between every round, Ian was saying something to you, kind of trying to give you a hug, touching you on the head. Beginning of the 5th round, he high-fived you. Dana White said he hates that. He wished you guys would just...
Bro, honestly, I don't understand, man. This is the fight. This is not something we have to, like, hug each other every round, you know? We're going to war to broke the face, to broke the eye, you know? That's why I respect all my opponents. But Jan, I don't know. He respect too much.
What did he say to you after the fight? Because it looked like he came in.
He just said, I fight today with the greatest fighter. Yeah, I respect him, you know. He's a good guy, very kind, you know. But this is the war, you know. Look my face. I just come to beat everybody. It's not some things you have to play. This is fight. This is not game.
Not just because Makhachev secured the victory, but because Garry pushed him into unfamiliar territory and forced the champion to reveal another dimension of his game. Heading into UFC 330, the stakes could barely have been higher for Makhachev. He was already regarded as one of the greatest fighters of his generation, but this matchup presented him with another historic opportunity.
Bro, we have to fight before Ramadan, 100%.
Before Ramadan, okay. So you're shooting for January.
Of course. January, end of the year, we have to fight.
Maybe even the end of this year.
Yeah, because I'm not like 20-somethings. I'm 34 years old, and I have to fight soon as possible because I'm not cut much weight. I don't have like any big injuries, just have to maybe double check my nose. That's it.
A victory would secure his 17th consecutive UFC win, allowing him to surpass Anderson Silva for the longest winning streak in UFC history. This meant Makhachev was not simply defending his welterweight championship, he was also competing to add another historic achievement to an already remarkable resume. Garry, on the other hand, presented one of the toughest stylistic challenges he could face. At 28 years old, the Irish contender held a considerable advantage in height and reach and had built a reputation for managing distance, combining kicks with long-range punches, and forcing opponents to work hard just to get within striking range. The opening round immediately demonstrated why this matchup was so intriguing. Makhachev did what he has consistently done throughout his career. He searched for ways to close the distance, get a grip on his opponent, and turn the fight into a contest of positioning and control. Garry, however, was not simply standing in front of him, waiting to be taken down. He used his size, movement, and striking to create difficulties, forcing Makhachev to constantly adjust his entries.
He did nothing! Just boring dude. He landed a head kick in round 2, and other than that, he did nothing! For 20 minutes! He did That's the truth! Zero! He caught him with a head kick in round 2, and other than that, he did nothing! The whole fight!
The champion still managed to find chances to implement his grappling. And once Makhachev gets his hands locked around an opponent, the entire fight can change within seconds. His ability to connect multiple wrestling attempts, move smoothly between positions, and maintain relentless pressure remained one of the biggest differences between the two fighters.
Ian Garry's pretty damn good with his takedown defense.
Very good.
That's what the story is here. Islam Makhachev had to figure out how to defeat a guy who's extremely difficult to take down, even more difficult to hold down, and has some pretty dang good grappling of his own, and he did that beautifully. He had the control time in at least 3. I gave him 4 rounds. I think one judge had it 3 rounds to 2, but to win a decisive victory over Ian Garry, there's a lot of good things that you can say about Islam's performance. And oh, by the way, he also had the most significant strikes of the fight. He landed the bigger punches, in my opinion. Yeah. He landed the big head kick. I know his nose was busted up, but he said that came from a headbutt. Ian landed some good jabs, but if anybody was very close to ending the fight, it was Islam. Ian Garry, nowhere in that 25-minute period of time was...
By the end of the opening exchanges, it was obvious that Garry was going to make Makhachev earn every second of this championship battle. Then came one of the fight's biggest moments. During the second round, Garry was doing solid work in the clinch when the fighters separated, and Makhachev suddenly launched a head kick that sent Garry crashing to the canvas. It was the type of moment that reminded everyone Makhachev is much more than a grappler who relies on takedowns and control. His striking has improved tremendously throughout his career, and against Garry, that development became especially significant. Garry survived the danger and continued competing, but the knockdown gave Makhachev a huge momentum shift and proved the champion could hurt a much taller opponent even when the fight was not unfolding completely on his terms. What made the matchup even more surprising was how competitive Garry remained after being hurt. Rather than mentally breaking down or allowing Makhachev to completely take control, Garry continued fighting with intelligence. His kicks became increasingly important, His distance management forced Makhachev to reset over and over, and he displayed remarkable composure against one of the best control fighters in sport. The official statistics showed just how unusual the fight had become. Makhachev completed 7 of 15 takedown attempts and recorded 12 minutes and 30 seconds of control time.